How Businesses Started Up episode 4. So without further ado, let's get straight on to the video. So today's episode is going to be on the business Marks and Spencer's, and it's a business that's very, very close to my heart as my sister used to work there. So Marks and Spencer's was first founded in 1888, and it was founded by a Polish refugee called Michael Marks, and their first actual proper store was located in Leeds. And he opened the store with the slogan, "Don't ask the price, it's a penny." To me, that's a really good slogan because, let's be honest, everyone loves a good bargain, and sale items and discounted items are what draws me in to go to a shop when I do my shopping. In 1894, Michael Marks went into partnership with Thomas Spencer. Thomas Spencer grew up in the market town of Skipton, which is located in North Yorkshire. And before Thomas became involved in Marks and Spencer's, he worked as a wholesale cashier for a company called Dewhurst. In 1904, Marks and Spencer's opened their first covered arcade type shop in Leeds. So by that point, they'd probably become a big enough company that they, had enough money to afford to open their own proper shop. And in 1926, Marks and Spencer's became a public limited company. And for those of you that don't know what a public limited company is, it's a company that is legally allowed to offer its shares for sale to the general public. Just to add on that they don't have to offer their shares to the general public, but the option is there if and when they need to. As of today, Marks and Spencer's currently have 929 stores across the UK. I found that really, really amazing how they progressed as a company from a small little stall in Leeds to worldwide basically. But obviously the 929 figure is only in the UK, and they have 616 stores that are M&S food stores as well, that are also in the UK. As of this year, there's now 80,000 employees that work for Marks and Spencer's, and I bet when they were just starting up, they thought, we're never going to have, that many people working for us. So then, be employing 80,000 people a year must be an incredible feeling for them. Their largest store is located at Marble Arch in London, and it has 16,000 square metres and 170,000 square feet of shop floor. And the Marble Arch store opened in 1930. Their second largest store is located in Cheshire Oak Shopping Centre, which is in a place near Chester called Ellesmere Port, and it opened in August 2012. There are now 1,038 stores situated around the UK, and there is also 481 stores that are located around the world as well. Their first store to open outside the UK was a store in Canada, and that opened in the year 1972. Marks and Spencer's best-selling product is their classic steak pies. Not only is it the best-selling product, it is also the fastest-selling product that M&S have ever stocked. Marks and Spencer's very famous Percy Pig sweets were launched in 1992. So now I'm going to tell you guys all about how they got the idea for the Percy Pig sweets. Marks and Spencer's wanted a type of sweet that would appeal to children and adults. So I thought it was good that they had two sort of target markets for their sweet idea, because I think they wanted it to appeal to children and adults, because you can sell a lot more products if you have two target markets for that specific product. So they had lots of different fruit flavours in mind and lots of different technologies that they could use, and also lots of different shapes in mind for them to start brainstorming ideas for their sweet product. So they looked at all the different fruit flavours, and they said that if you were to take the product, it would have to be something that had legs to it. So then one of the product developers drew a pig's face on a piece of paper and said, "Can you make this with this texture and that jelly?" The idea with the sweets was to combine foam and jelly in a way that had never been tried before. There were some issues of making the sweets, as the original result wasn't what the product developers had hoped for. The product developers then went back to the drawing board and they were racking their brains to think of a name for their sweets that they'd created. One of the product developers described it as having a name for a pet, so it was really important that they came up with a name that meant something. After suggesting lots of names, they came up with the name Percy. They also came up with the name Peter the Pig, but it didn't have the same ring to it as Percy the Pig. When they first launched the Percy the Pig sweets, they had all sorts of problems with the pig's face that had marks, creases and shapes in it. Also, they nearly didn't launch the Percy the Pig sweets because the samples they tried were awful, and they were debating whether or not they should launch these sweets at all. Yeah, they nearly didn't launch the Percy the Pig sweets because they thought that other people would notice the same things that they noticed when trying and looking at the sweets. But at the end of the day, they realised that everyone has different opinions and that the general public might not notice everything that they notice. So they went ahead and launched the sweets, and the rest, as they say, is history. I personally love the taste of the Percy the Pig sweets because you can't really go wrong with the flavour at all. Even though every year they bring out different flavoured Percy Pig sweets, like for Christmas, Easter and Halloween, I think the original sweets are the best. So let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or disagree with me. I'd love to know different opinions. So guys, that's about it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. It means the world, and I genuinely did find it so interesting learning about all the different history of Marks and Spencer's, and I hope you found this video that I've done equally as interesting. So as always, don't forget to like, comment below and subscribe. And also I've put a playlist up to all my other videos that I've done in this series, so if you missed an episode you can go back and rewatch them on the playlist that I've done.